let's see. All right, so when we press A on play, I want to play the selected sound. I want to go to the page. Let's go to the page first. All right, so we're definitely gonna want a loader. Now, what's the loader doing? The loader, okay, the loader is listening to events. So we have to somehow determine, we have to send an event when we go. Okay, so that's gonna be our handle input, our input handler here. Handle controller input. Okay, so we have this select down. Okay, that's all fine. So if we're in current navigation and we're in D-pad down. Now, what else is there? I think there's, I think it's south. So if we're on the title screen and we do south, we're gonna do a self.event sender dot send, like maybe selected choice, like, oh, selected, oh, it's probably this select. So start and maybe select, we'll do it both. We'll just do that for both of them. Okay, so if we do that, then we need a system to choose where we're selecting, I guess. That's gonna be listening to this. Because I don't think we have anything. Yeah, I don't think the event manager shouldn't be in charge of that. Loader manager is not in charge of that. System manager, we should probably have a system manager that, well, okay. So it's an interesting question. Should the input handler actually like send the real command out, which is going to be like the navigate to? Or should we have a completely different system that just receives that event that we've clicked send, and then it's going, well, but it's going to do another command. Command should probably only come from input handler. So let's figure this out. So we have this. We probably don't want command select then. We're going to want like a navigate to, and then it'll be like play. So we go to navigation. See here, let's go to play. Okay, that's all of those. Then I think in input handler, we're probably going to have a function to determine like where we're navigating, specifically for like title screen. I wonder if we're going to want to have different files for this, different modules essentially, for the different like pages that we're on. So like when we're in Yeah, so when we're on the title screen and we hit start or south, we essentially then call this same function, which is select send select command. No, it's not the send select command. Send navigate command. I don't think we need to know what the button is, but we know what the current navigation is. So what we do need to do is figure out where we are, which means we would need to get, well, we have self, so we can get access to the world. Oh, wait, no, we don't, we have self for this. So we'd have to have access to the world. Then get access to that here. Yeah, I'm thinking that there's going to be a bunch of like these unique functions to do. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm just going to undo all this stuff for today. Before we get too far, we're going to create a new file in here. This new file is going to be the input handler for title screen. Okay, so I've got this set up. We can come back to here. Go ahead and add that in here. LumaCode, hello, good morning. I'm doing good. I'm super happy that yesterday we figured out that I had accidentally left followers only 10 minutes chat on for like 2+ weeks, which is not good for the community. So I'm so sorry for everybody who's watching this. But we fixed that. So now everybody can chat. How are you doing, LumaCode? This is going to be the title screen. You're the title screen input handler. Okay, so then basically we're going to look at our navigation title screen input handler and then run it from here. So if we're yeah, because we notice here, hey, if we're input title screen, then we have to match this stuff. If we're navigation settings, we have to match all of this stuff. Not that good. That's pretty terrible. All right, so this is gonna be play. So that will fix the other problems. What are you on about? Okay. And you go down there. Okay, so then that makes you happy. We're not using you yet. And so then in here, we're probably gonna have a handle input. Yeah, we'll do the handle controller input once again. I don't know if we need self or not in this case. Like, I don't actually know if we need this. Like, we may not need any space whatsoever. We may just be able to get away with that. Okay, so panel input controller. What do we need? We need the world. And we need to know what the button that we clicked was. And I don't know if there's anything else that we care about here, because we're just going to figure out what that is here. We're probably going to return a result. And so here we can match on this button, which this is now going to be pretty much exactly what we have here. We match on the button. Return you. Okay, now we also need the event sender being passed into here. Now the event sender can be cloned, I believe, so we can actually store that in here. Event sender can be an event sender with an event inside. That's going to be in here. We give it the event sender, and we clone it. Pollux, hello, good morning. You have a question. If we find a vulnerability in an app, unless or until we tell the app provider, would they know the vulnerability exists after executing the vulnerability? Oh, so basically, is there a way to know if a malicious actor is acting on such a vulnerability? It really depends. So I'm not, like, I don't have an actual, like, official background in security. I have worked with the security team in the past, but I wasn't, like, privy to, like, some of the things that they were doing. But here's what I understand. It's not necessarily easy to tell if you've been compromised. Often, like, if a hacker is, like, making mistakes and doing things that, like, let you know that they're in. So, like, for example, as a sysadmin, you know, one of the things that you listen to, just like very low tech, is, hey, are your fans spinning up when they shouldn't be? Maybe somebody is, like, doing something that, like, causes the computer to, like, run when it shouldn't be running. Things like that. You can get a feel for it sometimes if you really know the system well. There's log entries you can check to see, like, oh, hey, it made outgoing requests when it wasn't supposed to. And if they don't have a good security system, like a team, to, like, check those things, like, then you're not gonna probably find out. So basically, yeah, unless you tell the app provider, it's a possibility. It's not guaranteed. It's a possibility that they're unaware of it. I know. It's such a difficult thing. This is actually the reason why those security research, like the bug, what are they called? Like, where you can get paid for bug bounties. Why bug bounties exist? Because companies don't know when they have these bugs, these nasty security bugs. So they ask you to tell them, and then they pay you when you tell them and they verify that it's real, if you're the first person to tell them and verify that it's real. Now, not all companies do those bug bounties. They the general idea, from what I understand, that most security researchers follow is inform the company of the bug privately, give them all the information that they figured out on it, collect the bounty if there is one, and then they also inform the company that in 90 days or 60 days or however long, like there's a different companies have different rules for like how long you have to be quiet about it. After that amount of time has passed, then you release into you basically just let everybody know with a public announcement, this vulnerability exists for this company, and this is like, here's all the information about it. You just make all that information public. Hopefully by that time it's been patched and there's no problems anymore. That's usually the way it goes. It's not always works that way though. If you want to piss off a lot of people really quickly, just announce to the public what the security vulnerabilities are without telling the company. That's probably the easiest way to piss off a lot of people. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay, we're setting this, and then self event center, setting that up. Now that means we can access this. We need access to command. Okay, so now we can handle like the same command out here, but we don't actually want to send this command for start. D-pad up and down we do. But for start, we actually want to, okay, and this is gonna be handle controller input. Let's do that really quickly right here. So this is when we're in title screen here, we're gonna do self dot title screen dot handle controller input, pass in a reference to the world, and this button. Yeah, as I said, I don't have too much knowledge about it, but hopefully that's helpful. If you're trying to get into security research yourself, which it is, I've been told it's a pretty fun field. It's there's a lot of sort of like social rules that you want to follow. Oh, you're writing an app. Yeah, if you're writing an app, then let's see. So if it's not going to be popular, obviously there's not going to be that many people that are using it anyways. If we go and we find, let's go look at like something, maybe Express, maybe Rust itself, maybe Rust. Here's Rust up. Do they have one? I'm looking to see if they have like a security. They have contributing. Oh, I don't see one for security in here. So sometimes repositories put in like some kind of like security or other README. If you find something, let us know privately, and this is how to let us know. But I don't see that here. What you could do, I guess, is like have a section in your contributing.md file of like, hey, if you find a security vulnerability, create an issue. But you might not want to be public. You might be like, hey, just send me a private message and I will deal with it. It could be anything like that. Yeah, so I don't think, maybe Rust itself has one. No, they don't have one either. Let's get back to this. Obviously, bug bounties too are one of those things where you're probably not going to do one if it's just like an app, because they can get expensive, and it's like, I don't think people really care if you're only offering like $10 for like a bug, or like even a dollar. It's most people are going after bug bounties that like offer thousands of dollars, or at least hundreds of dollars. All right, so we have this now. Everything should work exactly the same. Chantilly, good morning. Facebook size, yes, exactly. Yeah, so everything's working exactly the same here. So now what I want is title screen can be a little bit more aware of the world here. So when we hit start, we don't want to just send the command, we want to send the event of like exactly what we're doing, which I guess is still a command, but in this case, it's not just going to be command select, it's going to be the command navigate to. So we know that when we hit start, we want to navigate somewhere. So pub, this can be a private function, and this is going to be handle select. Probably need the world, but I don't think we need a button. And so then the idea here is that for start, we're going to do self.handle select, hand in that world, and we're good here, which means we can also add in this. Button south is self.handle select. So both of them go to this function. What are you so upset about? You need to be mutable. Okay. Now, once we're in here, if we're handling select, we need to know what the next thing that we're selecting, like what is it that we're selecting, so we know where we're navigating to. So we need to do a query. I think it's going to be this equals query. I think it's query world. Is that right? Oh, it's world inquiry. World query, and then I think it's just our components. Yeah, perfect. So in this case, we need. Do we even know which one we're navigating to? I don't think we do. We need to know the name of this that we're navigating to. So that's a problem. So in our loader, so in the title screen for loaders, yeah, like we're creating the title, that's fine. It doesn't need a navigate to like sort of ID essentially. But play does. We absolutely have to have like what we're navigating to. So here, insert into world, if it's selectable. So if it's selectable, we definitely do want to also do like a world with component, and probably like the navigating names of like what we're navigating to. So maybe like the navigation. It's going to be a navigation like that. Then we can do a world with component. Oh, we need to know what the component name is. So we need to register that. Oh, we should just add that in. Okay, so, and when do we want to do this? It's gonna be oh, it's probably gonna be like the navigate too. Maybe we can have like, oh, let's just have like navigate to. Make it as up here. Navigate to will be the name of the component. Navigate to string that. Okay, so then we can go up to the loader here. This is gonna be component names, navigate to as ref, and then the data is gonna be navigation dot navigation. We probably want to do the strum for this one, so we store in essentially the string of where we're going. So it will be a string that we store in here, and then that string we can extract back and like test to see which one this is. Okay. Then okay, then in each of these we need to pass in like where we're navigating to. Which I suppose should be an option. Let's just have this be an option because it's not all of them are navigatable. So I'm gonna just put this down here and we'll do an if let sum navigation equals navigation. Throw it in there. Okay. To create title, this can be a none. Create play, we need to navigate to play. So navigation, play. Oh, and it's a sum. Settings, we're gonna navigate to settings, which, and we need settings in here. Okay, and then this is credits. So that makes you happy. Got some of these errors that we need to take care of. Then fill match arms. Okay, no more full errors now. So in our loaders, we're now adding this in. So we have a component on the places we're navigating to. So we can now check to see this. So if we're selected and that button gets pressed, so we need to check to see selected and navigate to are the two things that we care about. So in our title screen for input handler, we need to query for, let's see, this is going to be component names selected, and then component names navigate to ref. I think that's all we're going to care about here. So then this is going to be selected components, and then navigate to components. Okay. Then we should only have one of these. We can probably do a quick assert in here, like just crash if it's not like what we expect it to be. So assert that selected components dot length is equal to 1, and navigate to components length is equal to 1. They should, well, we know from other asserts that we can only have them equal to 1. So we know that this assert should catch it. It should only be a length of 1. Okay, so at this point, should be able to like just test things out. So handling select. Is this happening? If I hit A, it crashed. Assertion failed, selected components equals 1. Well, what? It doesn't equal run 1? But wait, are you not gonna? Okay, let's do the assert equal. I think with equal, it tells me what it really was, maybe? Yeah, it does. Okay, so there's 3 of them. Oh, you know why? Because there are 3 of them. It's not like it removes the component for selected. It's that it has selected, but we don't know which one is selected. So right, okay, this is not helpful. We have selected navigate to. We have to loop through our selected components to find which one is true. So we're gonna do a for index, and this will be a selected component. Selected component, iter, enumerate. Then we'll have our wrapped selected is going to be this data wrapper of Boolean was our selected component, and we're going to cast it. And we can also grab, so we could grab out this one, but it doesn't really matter until we know that that it exists and is selected. So we need to just check to see if it's a Boolean, or sorry, if it's true. So if it's not true, we want to continue. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If it's not true, we want to continue. So if a reference to wrap selected, so dereference wrap selected, I'm gonna borrow that. If you're not true, then continue. So if you are true, we're gonna actually now do the thing. So what does that mean to us? That means the selected component is indeed the one we're caring about. Which means we can grab out what that name is. So let wrapped navigate, essentially just the string. Your actual string equals, okay, so this is going to be our navigate to components of index, and we're going to cast you. So once we have that there, we have access to the string now. If we borrow it and dereference it or whatever we want to do with it, we need to convert it back to navigation. So I want to impl from here. Can I do that? Impl from prefer using into over using from when specifying trait bounds and generic function. Okay, so into might be better. Okay, so into for string for navigation. Okay, so if it's a string, no, this is not right. Because isn't this, yeah, this is returning the string. I want to return a navigation. From string? Yeah, okay, this is going to return a self. So we're going to have the sort of like the raw string coming in, and then we're going to return a self from this. So I guess we could match on the string. And if we get, now one thing I don't know if I can do this. It would be awesome if I can. Could I do self, like credits to string? Like that. Expected fat arrow. I think there's a way for me to do something like this. Is that me to do like the actual math on like an expression on the left-hand side here? I might be wrong with that. I could also have, oh, we should probably match on like a reference to this anyways. But don't, let's see, match Rust, sort of like expression. Expression is like the matcher. I don't know. Oh, it's like, this is like ORs. I can do things like that, but I don't think I can actually write code in this. Oh, I don't think I can actually write code in that. So I would have to do something like this. Let credits equals self credits. I guess in this case it would be an as ref. Then you would be the credits here. And then here we would return self credits. Not as awesome. And at this point, like why even bother doing that? I might as well just do let's do to lowercase returns. Oh, it returns a string. Returns the lowercase equivalent of the string slice as a new string. Okay, so I mean, I do that, but it's definitely going to be a string that we're looking for. Will that work? Oh, expected a reference to a string. So I want like to owned. Which then again, we run into the same problem here. Expected a comma. As ref. Then can I get away with that? Okay, non-exhaustive patterns not covered. Now, are there other lower cases? No, it's make ASCII lowercase. Converts the string. So I am getting ownership of it. So I could just do that, but I don't know if it matters that much. Let's just do the two lowercase. As ref, then we can do credits like this. So in this case, we credits. At the very end, we're gonna have this underscore, which returns probably some kind of like unknown. We can have like unknown in here. We have a default also. We could just return default. So self default. So in this case, okay, so we have credits, we have play. Settings. And title screen. Okay, so now we can do a from for this. So we get this wrapped navigation screen. We want to now convert this. So how can I do it? We can do a navigation or like navigate to is going to be a wrapped navigation string, wrapped navigate string. We're going to borrow you. And then, oh, it's going to be a from with this, isn't it? So it's going to be navigation from wrapped navigate. Oh, probably a dereferenced wrapped navigation string and then borrow. And that gives us the actual string itself, which gives us a navigation. Cannot move out of this, which does not implement the copy trait. We can clone you. The size values for type stir. Wait a second. You're a stir? You shouldn't be a stir because we have a string right here. So that should be the value itself. And if I clone, oh, there it goes. Okay, I didn't need the dereference because I was dereferencing to a stir and then cloning that was probably weird. So, okay, now we have a navigate to, which is a navigation. We should be able to debug this to actually see what this navigate to is. Do we have debug on navigate? Apparently we do. So if we run this and I hit A, we're going to play. If I go down one and hit A again, we're going to settings and then credits and then back to play again. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we know we're going now. Now it's time for us to give a command to actually go there. So go to command. I don't think we need select anymore. I think now our command is navigate to. With a navigate. Thought I had this one in there at one point in time before, but maybe that was something else. So then we're going to self dot event sender dot send event. Oh, because it's event nav. Okay, so we're navigating to. Okay, so I don't need it in command. We are navigating to navigate to. Bear City 360. Bear, hello. Welcome back. I love the new name. How are you doing today? Not City, CTY. Well, Bear CTY, welcome back. Oh, CTY is a cyber deck from Shadowrun. Ooh, okay. I don't know that game very well. Like, I think I played a little bit of it a while ago. It's on my... One of the Shadowruns I think is on my list. Maybe two. I don't remember. I can imagine that it would be. I just am aware of the game and remember that I played a little bit of it and that I want to play it again, and it's on my list, but I haven't gotten to it. Okay, so now we send out this navigate to. In the Sega Genesis version, it was the Sega CTY 360. Otherwise, it was the Sony CTY 360. That just reminds me how old that game is. Oh, wow. It's so long. Sega Genesis is not something I think about all the time anymore. Okay. So we send this event that we're navigating to, which is cool. So, if we want we can have a sound effect that plays when we navigate to something. That means we need a sound effect for that. So finding sound effects is so fun in this game. I don't know what to choose. I don't know if I want to have menu select be the same sound. See if I can find another one. It's over here. Where's the audio library? There you are. Sound effects. I want this to be really short. Can I do shorter than 1 second? I mean, sort of. So this is the last one that we used. Hold on. Stop. We can do this one. Shattered glass hitting metal. That sounds appropriate. I mean, it's also just a working title, so that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot your because the white, and I haven't set up something on this Firefox for that website. Let's see. Okay, so I want to now pull in shattered glassy metal into here. Let's rename you. Well, let's copy you first, and let's head back into the README. So this is gonna be the this isn't menu select. This is menu navigate up, down, and this is menu select, and that's going to be this from YouTube audio. All right, I kind of want to change you to be menu navigate, and you're going to be menu select, which also means we need to fix. I think it's in the audio loader, the audio manager. So we have menu navigate is this menu. So I kind of want to change you everywhere we see it. This is going to be menu navigate. Actually, now that I think about it, it probably is a menu for the. I'm probably going it backwards, aren't I? I probably do want it to be menu select. Okay, fine. You're gonna be navigate to. I'm gonna put you back to menu select. There for that. Let's go back into the README. So you're back to select. Your navigate. Then in the audio manager, okay, so menu select gives us menu select. Then let's do menu navigate is also going to be a source. So let menu navigate equals source new and the context, and this is going to be menu navigate.mp3. Okay, so that's happy there. And then, okay, so navigate, okay, so event navigating to. We don't really care where we're navigating to. We're going to do self dot menu navigate play. That's all that's going to happen here. So we should now be able to play this. We go up, down as this, and if I hit A, oh, everything's frozen. I can't go up and down anymore. Well, that's cool. So that didn't work. So what? Why didn't it work? So we handle the input controller. We send navigating to this navigate to. That should be fine. Because that goes to a navigation, yes. So event center.send. So that should have sent it out. Now, our audio manager for run, we listen to this event. I guess, does this happen is the real question. Let's do a debug happened. So I can do down, up if I hit go. And now I can't do down or up anymore. So this event isn't being caught for this. Am I subscribing to navigate to? So I'm subscribing to just the change menu item. I also need to subscribe to event navigate to navigation, just play, I guess. String. Okay. I mean, it played that immediately. Oh, because I'm navigating right away, because I'm saying, hey, navigate to this thing. So it plays instantaneously. Oh, interesting. So I would potentially need a way to like say, don't send sound. Like, don't play the sound for this. I forgot that the very first thing that we're doing is doing a navigate to in order to like load the title screen up, which is nice, but at the same time, how do I want to deal with that? We could, I mean, we could set, because I don't necessarily want us to like not like have some kind of like system to not play sound. Um, navigate to no sound. That sounds terrible. With each event, we could have it just be an object. So like the event could be what we're doing plus the sound. So it's more of a struct than just the enum. So that can be like the state of are we playing sound for this specific event or not? I don't like that either. Initial load, we could just do an initial load instead of that. I don't know. For right now, I'm gonna leave it in. It'll just be a little bit annoying until I figure out like a better way to do that. But yeah, it loads it up, and then everything works as expected, and then we can go to play. Now, we go to play here, and now we need to listen to. Let's go ahead and update this. We are playing a sound, playing a navigate sound when navigating to play. I also want to tell our loader. So on update, if we get the event navigating to, the first thing we need to do before we even match is we need to unload everything in the world, and then we can load everything else. So, I wonder if I want like a navigated to sound, like event. Like we finished a navigation, and then that could determine whether or not. No, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But we're going to have a function clear world. Actually don't know if we need mute self. We just need self. We do need a world which has the mute world. And I think that's it. Return a result, everything in it. So we're gonna call that right here. So if we're navigating to self dot clear world, pass in just a reference to world. That's it. So what are we gonna do? I don't think we have we don't have that in there. So let's go into ECS. I want to add in a get up issue to add a method to clear the world. So I realized I had forgotten, like I've never actually implemented the speed up that Utspi showed us. So I I added an issue for this. Eventually, I'll be getting to that. All right, so we're gonna have to do this manually for right now, which means we need a query for everything. So query let. Now I only care about the ID in this case. Really, it's IDs equals query. So I think it's the world query, and then entity ID. So that's going to give us this. Then for ID and IDs. Okay, we loop through that. Let ID, a data wrapper. So this is going to be a wrapped ID. So data wrapper of U32, I think. Probably want to make it like a U size, or eventually we can get rid of this altogether too. Equals ID cast. So we cast it to that. We can now get this out of there, which means we can now do a world.delete by ID, and we have to pass it. Yes, it's this U32. So we're gonna pass it a dereferenced wrapped ID dot borrow. And that's it. So we're gonna clear the world out. What are you upset about? I don't want. Oh, I do need mute world. Okay, never mind. It's just world like that. Okay, let's try this again. And now, supposedly, when I go to play, everything should disappear. It didn't. Happened. Okay. So did you happen? Oh, are we not doing world update? I don't think we're doing world update. Oh, I think we forgot to do world update at the. So at the very end, we need to do a self.world.update in order to actually handle all those deletes. It's like the same thing I do when I. There we go. Now they're all gone. Goodbye. So now we're unloading. So happened, let's see, audio manager, line 36. This can go away. Let's see. I want to now start loading the actual like play screen back on, which would be a new, let's see. Okay, so might as well do this again. So we are loading, unloaded the world. So like emptied out the world. All right, so let's just go close all of these up, clear everything out. So I want to, in the loader, we're gonna add another one in here. So this is gonna be play. I don't actually know what I need to store in here yet. Both first dad. Have I worked in the industry as a software developer or programmer or something of the sort with a team and everything? Yes, I have worked. So, my sort of like journey, I was a systems administrator for like 8+ years. And then I switched over to web development. Then I taught some programming and like web development stuff. And then I went back into web development again. And now I'm leading a team. So I'm a managing team lead. So I do both do programming and I'm a manager. Uh, so yes, software development across the board. Let's see. Okay, so create the payloader. What do we need to do here? The big thing is that we're going to be adding stuff into the world. So right now we're going to just create the text for like play in maybe like the top left. Or it's not going to be play. It's going to be like, select world. That's probably where we're going, is the select world. Or not select world, but select level. So navigation, we're not going to play, going to select level. So we're doing that. That causes all these fun errors. You took a bit of a deeper dive into GitHub to see what it offers outside of looking at repos, found various code quality and analysis tools. Is it common for developers to use such analytical tools on their code and everything before pushing? As a C developer, you made it a habit to use things like Valgrind and compiling with all warnings possible, but I've never used any of the quality checks or written tests for your code. Yes, using like all sorts of like automated tools like linters, code quality tools. Like for example, I have it set for these repos that Rust Clippy runs with like maximum yelling mode, where Clippy will tell me, you know what, you're that, no, don't do that, and then that will cause it to fail to do some pushes. And then the CI/CD system will like not allow it to auto deploy at that time. So it is best practice to do that. Now, does everybody do that? No. Unfortunately, a lot of teams and a lot of companies still don't actually like set their tools to like use the highest quality of their programs as possible. It's an unfortunate thing, but it would be nice, but they don't. But I would recommend everybody do. So almost there. Okay, so we're back in here. So now we're going to a select level page. So for this, we probably want to rename you. This is now a select level. Okay, so that got updated there. Oh, I just need to save it. That's what it is. So this is select level loader. Okay, so this is good to know. So then we're going to have a load level. What am I calling this in the other ones? Load. So impl select level loader. We have a pub function load. And we're going to be taking in the world. I don't know what else we need to take in at this time. We're going to return a result. Okay, like that. If I want to just create the text for this, I think we have a text for that right now. So let's create a private function, create sort of like the title essentially, which is just going to be select level. We are going to take in that world. Oh, we need the context. We need a context. Okay, so what's going to happen here? We're going to have to create a text, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going to insert into the world. So we can start right away by just doing a world dot spawn entity and sort of like figure out what we need. Consider getting an ergonomic mouse. You know, one of those that are angled to the side to let your wrist. Oh yeah, I have one. So I am using a what is it? Is it a Logitech? I think it's a Logi. What is it? Oh, it's a M. I think it's a Logitech MX Vertical. So it looks like this. It's a wireless mouse. It uses USB 3 to charge, which is really nice. And it works out pretty well. Yeah, I don't know anything about the other ones. But this is like, it works with my hand pretty well. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do entity, then we have with component. So component names. So what do we have in here? We're not like, don't have a navigate to position. Okay, so we're gonna care about the position here. How large are my hands? Like you can see my hand comparison to this. I don't necessarily have like a good like any. I guess I could also show you like with the controller that I have. Like here's what my hand looks like it on it. I don't know if I have a good measurement of my hands though. That will actually like answer that in any good way. Okay, so position. We're gonna care about this. So we want that position equals, it's gonna be a new point, new. Let's just put this like 0, 5.0. The camera might also make it look bigger or smaller. I'm not sure. And you're gonna be the position. Okay. So we have that. What else do we want? Components, names. So it's not selectable. So it won't be selected either. Text. Yes, we want the text here, and it's not going to change, so I don't need a text fragment either. So we're just going to have text in here. So we can do let our text fragments. And this is really going to be the title fragment. It's going to be a text fragment, new. Okay, so text, let's just do level or select level. Now we could set things like the font here now. And like the color, so color, do I have these things in setup? We have these resources added in. We have the font size. So like we probably want the title font size for this. And then okay, so we can get the title font size. Color we don't have anything for. So you can just be white for right now. Font, oh, right now we're, this also, we don't have a font. So we're just gonna use the font default. Scale, okay, so scale is, this is where we need to get the title font size out. So scale, bring that in, uniform, and so you might be like 15.0, but I need to pull that in right here. So maybe function get title font size. Gonna pass in the world, which is a reference to the world. We're gonna return a result with an F32 inside. So let query oh, you know what? It's not the query. Let resource, which is gonna be a reference to an F32, which, oh, I guess I don't know if I need to give it this. I might be able to give it with this. Wonder if it's gonna figure that out. Then we're gonna return a resource, like a dereferenced resource. And it will figure that out from this. And then we're going to get resource. And from what we see here, okay, get that, and then pass in the world. Okay, so this is gonna be the resource, pass in the world. And then is it like the name of the thing? It is the name of the thing. So this is going to be the resource. I've heard of it. I've never really looked into it very much. Like I know it exists as a programming language. So this is resource names. So I need to pull that in. Oh, you tell me you can't find this? Where are you? You're in names. So this is create names resource names resource names. Why is this not working? Then title font size. You wrote an interpreter for that yesterday? Oh, interesting. Raw Turing machines. You thought allocating 2 to the 16 bytes of memory would be enough for anything you would want to do with it, but apparently not. Some person turned an entire text-based adventure game into a BF program that's like 2 megabytes large. Oh, interesting. And then I think this is as ref. Can we do that? Oh, hey. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't like that anymore. And then, okay, so scale. Then for you, we're going to do a self dot get title font size out of here and pass in a reference to the world. Okay. Then after scale, I don't think that there's anything else. So then that's it. Now you expected F32. Oh, got this. Okay, so that's happy with you. You are unhappy. No method. Oh, cow. Oh, yeah. No method named cast for this. We need to pull in the resource. So we need to pull in this. That makes you partially happy. The trait bound. What happened? The trait bound resources, resource cast result. F32 error port is not satisfied. Oh, right, because I need to actually return this. Okay with that. Okay, that makes that happy. So then in here, you're gonna be our, we want to create the text now. It's gonna be the title text. It's equal to a text new with the title fragment. So title text goes in here. Pull you in. You need to be as strings, don't you? Oh, stirs. So as ref. As ref. And then I'm not returning. Okay, so this will insert those. Okay, so this will create the title. So load. I want to do a self dot create title, pass in a mutable reference to the world, pass in this context, question mark that. Then I want to head back into the loaders. So when we're in select level here, that's going to be a self dot. Oh, I don't. So yeah. Select level. Say select level loader. Let's select level. Let's select loader. Select level. It's in here. Select level. Load world context. Question mark. Does that just work now? Maybe? Possibly? It does. Look at that. Now we have this select level up here in the top left. And that's the only thing we have in this this sort of like game, as it were, for the play. But it's like the first step, because now what we can do is like maybe draw a box down here for like, you know, to make it look good. And then we're going to have like the list of levels that we want to see the display. Now we don't have any, so we're probably going to do something where we have like a create level, and we click on that, or we navigate over to choose it, and it will bring us into like the editing level. But I'm going to have to start with that next time. So I'm going to close the YouTube video off of this right now. This is pretty awesome that we're now getting to the actual select level. So I'll see you next time in the next video.